Wesley Show, right here on South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, 95.3, 96.9, 103.9, and still on AM 1470. The opinions expressed always strictly those of its guests and hosts and are not necessarily those of the station itself.
Independent Thursday was John Martin.
Real Estate Show, brought to you by Capital One Group LLC.
Friday.
President of Capital One Group LLC is a highly trained financial professional.
All right, we are ready, rocking and rolling, and on fire for our Thursday show.
Achieve a more secure financial future. For the real estate investor and the home buyer, it's able to provide expertise in matching the right properties and financing with your specific financial objectives. This show is dedicated to helping you find the safe and simple approach to buying income-producing real estate. If you have any questions about the program or to arrange a consultation, call toll-free 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Now, today's edition of The Real Estate Show.
And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another live edition of the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. My name is Eric Willner, and I am your host. I am your host here Monday through Friday. That is each and every weekday night from 8 until 8:30. We are talking about real estate, from the properties to the financing, to the market, and to everything else in between. And what a week we had this week. As you know, we kind of carry a theme through the week. This week, of course, still talking about the pandemic, the stimulus, and all of what's going on here, and the opportunities, the silver lining that lies in all of this, all of the news. You can be a spectator or you can be a participator. And what I'm trying to encourage all of our listeners here is to be a participator, to take advantage of what's going on in the marketplace. So we started out the week, Monday, setting the stage, setting the theme. Then we went on a Tuesday. We had the foreclosure man on, talking about the impending spike in foreclosures going to happen and how you can best prepare, whether you're on the investor side to take advantage of some opportunities, a narrow window of opportunity that's going to open up, or whether you are one of those that might get caught up in that spike of foreclosures, show you how to protect yourself and how to make the best of a difficult situation with the help of the foreclosure man. Number 2, on Wednesday, Kevin Thatcher, the Title King, the owner and founder of Independent Title here in South Florida, one of the top title companies here in South Florida, talking about his most recent book. And then on Thursday, we had entrepreneur Don Martin, part of one of my partners, part of our expansion team here. And we were talking about some of the wealthy strategies on how to pay less interest, talking all about the snowball, the interest rate snowball, the debt avalanche, interest cancellation, float, and how to use all of these tools and how to minimize your interest and pay off your debt faster than ever before thought possible. And then today, I've got a very special guest, not a stranger to the Real Estate Show, a good friend of mine, and I would say on the top of the food chain when it comes to real estate educators, someone who's been around in all 50 states and for about 4 decades at the top of the list here, talking about real estate, how to do real estate the right way. And if I were to give him a title, probably would be the King of Forms. But I have Lou Brown here with us tonight, and he's going to talk about something very special, which I think is another one of his unique specialties. So first of all, Lou, are you there?
I'm here, Eric. How about you?
I am all here. Yeah, baby. That's one of Lou's signature phrases. Lou, here we are. I'm trying to tell everybody out there in our audience that the time to be complacent, to sit back and wonder what's going to happen is definitely not now. This is an opportunity, in fact. There are some people that are making a lot of money, more money, in fact, right now. And I think even better than that, there are a lot of people that are taking a step backwards, taking a brand new look at everything and realizing that if they make a few changes in their lives, that they are going to be now prepared even better for a better economy, whether the global economy goes up or down, we create our own economy.
Absolutely, Eric. You know, this is a great opportunity. And I'm going into now my 5th real estate cycle, having been in this game for over 40 years. And so as a result, I know exactly what's coming. I've seen it before. I know we've got tremendous opportunity. There is a true log jam that exists right now of opportunity. And as soon as things open back up, there has to be the natural flow of things. There has to be all of that pent up demand. And we definitely have some great opportunities staring us in the face for sure.
And pent up demand there is, and that's evidencing why. And funny, it's, yeah, I talk to some people that say, you know, but in my market, it's very strange. You know, if once a house goes on the market, it doesn't last on the market very long. There are multiple offers in some cases. And so the real estate market, believe it or not, didn't take much of a pause. It has adapted incredibly well to the marketplace. But, you know, as the marketplace changes, we have to change with it. And one of the things that we have to do in order to shield ourselves and protect ourselves from ups and downs and, you know, the pirates of the marketplace, there are some things that we need to do.
Absolutely, Eric. You know, the thing that a lot of people miss is the opportunity. And this COVID pandemic time is a very smart time to really step back and take a hard look at where you're at in terms of asset protection and estate planning. A lot of people miss doing this, and sometimes they're on their deathbed. If they're lucky enough to survive long enough to get something done while they're in the hospital before they pass on. And it's really the wrong time to do this. And the reason is there are a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of people that look for opportunists, but they're legal opportunists. And they really step back and look, okay, it's so easy now. Everything's online. People can just type in an address or a name, and they can see what they own. They can see who owns it. It's all available right there online. So what I always encourage people to do is get your name off public record. And one of the ways I do that is a unique thing called a land trust. Now, a land trust is a unique kind of trust. There's about 30 different kinds of trusts out there, but this very unique trust does some wonderful things that most people don't know about. And as a result, when people learn about it, they go, holy cow, what have you been all my life? This is something that's really powerful. And that's what happened for me when I learned about these wonderful things back in 1982, 1983. I started really discovering just how extremely powerful they were. And I said, wow. So fortunately, that was several decades ago, right? And now I've fast forward to today, I've had the opportunity to see them in action. I've had the opportunity to see how this works. I've got licensees in all 50 states that are using these. And as a result, I get to hear the stories. And the stories are unbelievably powerful, you know, when you realize that they dodged the bullet simply because they took advantage of this great entity.
You know, Lou, as I mentioned when I introduced you, Lou's been around for over 40 years, been educating people in all 50 states, and I'm sure even beyond that. So I've seen many educators come, I've seen many educators go, and there's some key things that a lot of people talk about, but there's some key things that I don't hear other educators talking about. And, you know, once you do well, and in order for you to make it through cycle after cycle, you know, we talk about, you know, through good times and through bad times. The Real Estate Show has been here helping investors and guiding investors to do the right things at the right time in order to stay in the marketplace. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have you come on the show today is that you have, you're going to be teaching people about trust in a lot more depth than we'll be able to get into just on our radio show.
That's true, Eric. I developed, you know, as I was really doing trust and learning just how powerful they were, I had mentors. I had people attorneys. I went to different states. I had 20 different attorneys that I worked with. But one of the problems was they didn't have any paperwork. They didn't have anything that I could really use to implement this great concept. So I ended up having to actually do it myself. I created the paperwork. I created the step-by-step process, the formula, the flow, the whole 9 yards. I had it all signed off by attorneys all over the country, and then I had it filtered it through the American Probate Council, and I learned some very valuable things about exactly how to implement what I was learning about trust. So I put together a course, a land trust and personal property trust course. People loved it, but they always were asking me, Lou, would you do a live training? So sure enough, about 2003, I started a 4-day training that I do to this day. I do it once per year, and it happens to be coming up next week. But the fun thing is that you wouldn't think that trust would be fun, but they actually are. And when you get into it, you're going, holy cow, this does so much. And a lot of people don't really understand that I call it the 4 Ps. It's protection, meaning asset protection, estate planning, meaning you can plan your estate as you go, privacy, you can have privacy using these trusts because your name is not on public record. Nobody knows what you own. Nobody knows how much you're worth. It's definitely the way we need to be in today's society, for sure. Not putting yourself out there as somebody that has a bunch of assets, I think, is a very wise thing to do. And then the 4th P is profit, that you can actually profit by the use of trust. And I learned this when I was a kid. I bought my first house when I was 18 years old, and I did it by taking over somebody else's financing. I stepped in, took over their payments, loved it, and then I discovered that we could actually keep doing that. And through the use of trust, you can actually buy a lot more real estate because of the fact that you can take over existing financing that people have already paid all the points, all the closing costs, and you can literally step in, take over payments. Now, of course, I teach people to do this wisely, carefully, and with forethought to what they're doing, and definitely having the right paperwork to do it with. So I teach all that in the 4-day training, and then we're able to go through each one of the different aspects of how to set up the trust, what the steps are in doing the trust, actually filling out the paperwork right there in class, literally filling out the paperwork. Everybody brings their own house deed to class and their vehicle title to class, and we literally use that as foundation. Each person fills out their own paperwork so they're understanding what to do and how to do it and why we're doing what we're doing and how we're doing what we're doing. So there's nothing left chance for people to have to figure out on their own.
So I want to tell people how they can attend that seminar. But if I just think about it, the last time I paid an attorney, and I unfortunately I pay a lot of attorneys because I'm in this business, about $300 an hour. And if I were to spend the whole day, 8 hours a day, 300, that'd be $2,400 a day times 4 days. That's about a $10,000 value to have someone hand holding you, showing you the paperwork. Remember, I started out by saying that this guy here is the king of the paperwork. Nobody has a contract and paperwork collection, a document collection, a document library better than Lou Brown. But first, we got to take a quick break here, a few words from our sponsor. When we come back, I'm going to tell you all about that. And I'm going to continue my conversation here with Lou. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner. I'm here with my very special guest, Lou Brown. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Hey listeners, listen to any real estate investing guru and they'll tell you to get a team of virtual assistants to handle all your back office and administrative tasks associated with buying and selling real estate. Bress is that team. They handle everything for you, so you can focus on turning hot leads into hot deals. Bress Business and Real Estate Solutions and Services is a staff of highly trained and knowledgeable virtual assistants ready to help you to be successful. There isn't a better virtual assistant solution
Hey, Marianne, how are you?
for real estate investors anywhere.
You're
Go
out
to
there.
Bress VA, that's
Mike out there.
BRESSVA.com to see what Bress can do for you.
As usual, we have a lighter crowd on a Friday, but that's on the live version. I know that a lot of you will be watching this after it's live, but you're definitely going to want to look into what our guest today is offering. This is critical stuff, whether you have one house or 21 houses. You got to start thinking in terms of asset protection.
Access to cutting-edge mortgage and financing products. Be sure to ask about free property management on select investment properties. Call today for your no-obligation consultation and get the facts. 888-595-7779. Toll free, 888-595-7779.
Hello, listeners. This is Eric Willner, your host of The Real Estate Show. As you know, we now have a Facebook page called The Real Estate Show. This is an opportunity for us to share with you photos, videos, interviews, upcoming events, and a lot more information on a regular basis on our Facebook page. But to make it really exciting, we want your input, your comments, and your likes. And that will help us make both The Real Estate Show and our Facebook page a real resource for you. So check us out at facebook.com/The Real Estate Show and give us a thumbs up.
This is The Real Estate Show, brought to you by Capital One Group LLC in Boca Raton, with your host, Eric Willner. If you have any questions about the broadcast, call toll free, 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Now, back to today's show.
And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, I'm your host, and we are heard live Monday through Friday from 8 until 8:30 p.m. each weekday evening. We're heard live on our local stations, AM 1470. You just got to remember the call letters, WWNN. Or you can also go to the FM side of things. You can go to FM 95.3, 96.9, and 103.9. So literally from end to end on the dial. And if you want to take us to go, then download the free app, the iHeartRadio app, or the TuneIn app, or the radio app, and you can listen to us on the go. Simply search for WWNN. You can hear us crystal clear. Now, if you want to catch us on the internet, you can go to our website, Automatic Landlord. That's Automatic Landlord. Go to the top of the page here where you'll see this video, and you can see the Real Estate Show, the tab that has Listen Live, where you can click in and listen to us streaming live as we broadcast the show, or download any one of the podcast versions, or you can listen to our library right there. So between all of those, you got the audio version, the on-the-go version. You even have our Facebook Live that we have each weekday evening. So lots of different ways. And today, for example, we have a very special guest, Lou Brown, a 40-year veteran, expert, educator in the real estate business, entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, started many, many businesses. Real estate is just one of them. But he's really an excellent educator, and we're talking about his upcoming seminar. Now, I bet you a lot of you are thinking that how is anyone going to have a seminar right now? We're in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and nobody's going to seminars, are they, Lou?
Well, I'll tell you what, Eric, it's kind of an interesting thing. I have thrived on it for many years, have taught on the stage and had amazing live events. Love it, love it, love it. And in March, we were shutting down a large resort in Orlando as everything was shutting down. And in June, end of June, we were opening up Las Vegas as it was opening up. So we have had some live events this year, but we've also had some online events. And I had a 4-day event in May, and oh my gosh, it was incredible. That's the first time I've done a 4-day event online, and it just turned out fantastic. And the audience loved it. First of all, they didn't have to travel. They didn't have to pay for planes and hotels and meals and all the other stuff. Have to pay to put their dogs and cats and stuff like that away. Grandparents and parents and children and everything else. So they loved it. And they were able to, from the comfort of their own home, attend. And we had breakout sessions and bonus sessions, and it just turned out fantastic. So we're going to do the same thing next week. We're going to do all 4 days online, and it's just a great opportunity for people to be able to join us, ask questions, and be just totally involved in what we're doing.
So I've got listeners, Lou, from California, the West Coast to New York, from the East Coast of Florida to the West Coast of Florida. They don't have to get a plane or a hotel this time. They can actually go to one of your 4-day events from the comfort of their desktop, their laptop, their iPad. And as you said, this is probably the most affordable way. And right before the break, I was just doing a mental calculation to myself. If I had to hire an attorney to spend 4 days with me to have this conversation, to let him go through bring my documents, look at my documents, ask questions, and go through all of this, this would cost me more than $10,000.
Well, you're absolutely right, Eric. I've spent a lot more than that actually having documents reviewed and working with attorneys, strategies, learning some things about what they do, really, because there's more to the story than just the paperwork. There is the strategy behind it. This is the place that attorneys typically don't help their clients that much. They just kind of do the paperwork and they say, here it is. And they really don't even tell them what they've done, how they've done it. They haven't really guided them through the process. And this is the one area of life you really don't want to leave it up to anybody else to figure out. You want to understand and know exactly what you've done. You want to understand and know exactly how you've done it. Because I call it burying the bones. You know, you're literally burying the bones in the backyard. And you got to know where you're burying the bones. So in class, I'm literally breaking it down step by step, item by item, so nobody's left out. We make it simple, we make it easy, and we really go in depth. Now, this is what I call a deep dive, so that we're not leaving anybody out, and they're getting the strategy of what they're doing. Because one of the key strategies right now is to not have your name on public record. United States of America, for a couple of $100, you can sue anybody over anything. And that can tie your life up. It can make your life miserable. It can cost a fortune to defend. There's over 100,000 cases filed every day in the United States of America.
Wow.
And the sad thing is that people are having to deal with that nonsense. Unfortunately, you know, I love our system. I love the United States of America like nobody's business. But there's a few things that I wish we had done differently, and that's including how easy it is for somebody to sue somebody. In other countries, you sue somebody, the losing party has to pay both parties' attorney's fees, but that's not true in America. So you really want to put yourself in a position strategically not to have your name on public record. You don't make it easy for them to come after you. You make it so difficult, in fact, and so challenging that they just move on to the other low-hanging fruit. Because believe me, there's plenty of it out there, and I just want people to leave me alone.
So this workshop is coming up just in a few days. In fact, a week from today, we'll be in that workshop. That's
right.
So
next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th of August.
So if anyone wants to get more information, we have a special website that you can go to where you can learn a little bit more, register if you like. I recommend you do. And what's that website?
That's HTTPS. So if you want to go to the secure site, it's HTTPS:// and then it's MaximumAssetShield.com/Eric. I want to know Eric's people. I want to know that you came from Eric, because definitely we want to support you in guiding you through everything that we're doing over that 4 days. So https://maximumassetshield.com/Eric.
And so what I'm going to do for our Facebook listeners, I'm going to put that website there in the comments so that you'll be able to click on it and go straight to it. That's maximumassetshield.com/Eric, ERIC. And so it'll be what, 9 to 5?
No, I mean, I want people to get value, Eric, and I know that people could definitely make it shorter. I've been to events where they started late, they had these huge breaks and huge lunches, and then left early, and that's not us. I want you to get as much value as possible. So we start at 8:30 in the morning, and we go to about 7:30 at night for 3 days, and then the 4th day, which is Sunday, we start at 8:30 and we go to 5:30. So it's 4 days. Now you say, well, why? How in the world could you have so much content? Well, believe me, you're going to know. You're going to know. And it's not heavy lifting either. I try to first, entertainment, stories, cases, things that people can understand and relate to in their own world. Because I've seen some things, having been doing this for 40 years, I have definitely seen some things in my life, and I want people to be able to relate to it. So it's not just paperwork and it's not boring. And we're definitely going to use that time wisely.
So especially what's also, I think, interesting for those of you who listen to the Real Estate Show, this is trust from a real estate expert's point of view. So like Lou was saying, we're going to see lots of real life case studies, examples, that things that you may have seen and things that you haven't even thought you're going to see, but you will see these. So remember, check out maximumassetshield.com/Eric. And Lou, that means that the music is on. It's time for us to go. I want to thank you for dropping in and bringing us this information. And thanks for always contributing to the Real Estate Show.
Well, thank you, Eric. I really do appreciate the opportunity. It's been fun.
All right. Have a great weekend, Lou. And to everyone else out there in the listening audience, thank you for being a listener here at the Real Estate Show. We'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow. Until then, drive safe, wash those hands, and God bless America.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Show.
Thank you, Ken.
Capital One Group, LLC.
And that wraps it up. I'm going to go ahead and put that maximumassetshield.com. Erica, you are the best. The best. So that wraps it up for this week. Thanks very much to everyone else out there. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday, same place, same time as you tuned in today. Until then, have a wonderful